Hello everyone! Today I want to make a video about Skyrim! Yes, Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls V, released in 2012, I think, by Bethesda, and yes, it has been very, very successful on literally everything it was published on. Probably because it was published on literally everything that was capable of running it. But today, with a heavy heart, I must say, I honestly didn't like it that much. And since most of the people who were fans of Skyrim have gone through a certain thing that we call in the industry growing up, I think it's safe to talk about it now. So why do I hate Skyrim so much? Well, first of all, I don't hate it, I just said I didn't like it, and granted, this video is going to use a couple of long words and I'm going to explain my reasoning behind the things that I think about it, but this video will still be completely subjective. Like, you can't prove that a video game is bad objectively. Like, yeah, what am I saying? No, nothing is objectively bad. Maybe apart from Undertale. But no, my point is, Skyrim isn't objectively bad. Like, it is objectively good in a lot of areas, but those areas don't really mean that much to me. And the areas that it sucks at are a big turn-off, and it's kind of the reason why I can't really get that far into it. So, Skyrim is an open-world RPG game, yeah. So, let's talk about the most important thing in an RPG. The role-playing, or the main character. Yeah, let's talk about the main character. Let's talk about you. Or at least, what you think you're like, if you were playing as yourself. Let's just talk about the main character, the Dragonborn. This dude right here. Now, the problem I have with the main character is that it's kind of empty. Which would be fine. Like, it's fine starting off a character as a blank sheet. But the thing is, your character does all these actions, and the world isn't really responsive. Like your character creation, like you select a race, right? There are lots of different races now. You could be a lizard or a cat or a black man or a Nord or a bunch of other races that nobody cares about. Elves. Like, who gives a fuck about elves? Apart from the Imperials, but my point is, it doesn't affect anything. Like, sure, you get a power or something, or someone might have the odd different dialogue line, but it's not interesting. Like, every playthrough is going to be exactly the fucking same. Everybody is going to treat you the exact same way. I wish I didn't ever play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, right? Because it's completely ruined my experience for every other subpar RPG ever. If you choose your clan in Bloodlines, right, people will absolutely treat you differently. Like, if you're the same clan as someone, you're going to get extra special treatment, right? Like, if you pick Ventru, you're going to get the apartment a lot sooner than everyone else does. Like, you know, the nice one in downtown, as opposed to the fucking shitty one above the pawn shop in Santa Monica, right? Or if you pick Nosferatu, the other Nosferatu are going to have work for you. Like, they're not going to be distrustful of you and hate you instantly like everyone, like they will to everyone else, right? Yeah? There's nothing like that in Skyrim. Skyrim had a much bigger budget, and there wasn't Activision leaning over all of the developers' shoulders saying, "You must work harder. This game must be finished by September because we're gonna release it in the same week as fucking Metal Gear Solid 3 and Half-Life 2 because, you know, because we're Activision and we know the best. We're gonna fucking..." Lost my train of thought. But yeah, the world isn't very reactive to an already bland main character, and it's not interesting. Like, I could massacre a village and nobody would care. Like, sure, I'd have a bounty in that village, but I could walk up to a shop and they'll still give me great deals, great prices. Peter fucking Molyneux made Fable more reactive than this. Peter Molyneux. If Peter Molyneux is beating you in game design, something is seriously wrong. And speaking of Peter Molyneux and Fable, to the plot isn't really that interesting. Like, sure, defeating the dragons and that, yeah, that's all your average, bog-standard fantasy crap. But the Civil War is also not interesting. Like, I don't really want to choose between an oppressive authoritarian regime that values foreign interests over that of the actual fucking people, the shit-eating peasants. But on the other hand, I don't want to choose a fucking simple, one-track-minded rabble of right-wing populists whose only fucking plan is just, me own Skyrim! Like, I'm not interested. I don't want to pick a side. I don't care. Just do the rest of the country a favour and kill each other off. I'll go and live in the fucking the mountains with those old people. Yeah? We'll just shout at each other all day. And that's what I'll do. Because after the game's over, oh God, all the dragons are gone. I don't want to see any of you ever again. You're horrible. Horrible to each other. You're only nice to me because I can send you to the moon like in Portal. Just by shouting at you, yeah? And this isn't some kind of deep, scary, grimdark where everybody's evil. Like, no, that's not the intention. It's high fantasy. And I like high fantasy, yeah? I love Dragon Age. Haven't got that far into Inquisition, though. I don't understand the table planning thing. I'm too low IQ for it. I really like Dark Souls. And probably some other ones that I'm too tired to remember. As of right now, there's Fable, like I mentioned. That's pretty high fantasy. What other ones are there? Yeah, they're the only ones I can think of right now. But yeah, I like those three. It's just like everything is surface level. Like, there's no depth to anything. Like, yeah, there's a lot of spells. But the spells are very basic. Like, they don't really do anything new. Yeah, there's a lot of armor enchantments and improvements and everything. But they don't really do anything apart from, you know, what you'd expect armor enchantments to do. Like, Minecraft has better enchantments than Skyrim. There's potion brewing, which is actually pretty cool. But, again, the potions only do things you'd expect potions to do. You can't brew skooma or anything. It's just, it's boring. That's the best. That's the best way to describe it. I find Skyrim boring, and if you do too, then make sure to shower me in positive attention. You know, because I'm pretty desperate for it. You know. Oh God, better not do that. Ruin my camera. And I don't need to tell you this, but if you disagreed, or if you read the title and were already foaming at the mouth, please make a fool of yourself in the comments so I have something to laugh at. Special thanks to Stolen Dragoon, Ori Main, and Baby Kitschy, and all of my other patrons, and all of you for watching this rant. It was pretty disheveled as I am right now. And I'm wearing this headband because I just want to leave you with a message that, yeah, Skyrim may belong to the Nords, but everything in Skyrim belongs to the Khajiit. Actually, no, one more message. I fucking despise the fact that Bethesda and Bethesda fanboys play off bugs as if they're funny features. They're not funny. They're annoying. Patch your fucking games. Like, if this was just free bullshit you could download off the internet, fine, but I'm giving you real money for a game that doesn't even fucking work. How's that okay?